Hello, this is Shamili Samohi, and I'm glad to give my present the life cycle strategic plan presentation over here. And I'm a graduate of pharmacy. I've completed my B Pharm recently, and I don't have any partners right now because I've seen the deadline that is extended from my mail, so I have only 3 to 4 days to prepare it, and uh, and hence I didn't have a time to consult others to form groups, and hence I've done it myself for full 4 weeks. And coming to the presentation, uh, my drug claim is glucotrol, that is glipizide extended release tablet oral, and other brand names are like Aldiab, diapazide, glibetin, and glidiab. Next, coming to this, let's know about this in brief. This is an extended release tablet, and which is a control rate of delivery of glipizide into the lumen, that is gastrointestinal lumen, and this is independent of pH and also the gastrointestinal motility. And as this is an extended release tablet, it actually depends upon the osmotic gradient between the bilayer and the fluid in the GI tract, and how it acts is like its osmotic gradient remains almost constant, and as it goes on, as it is extended release tablet, as it goes on and as time goes on, it gradually falls to zero. Then the biologically inert compounds of this tablet, which are not functional, and what they do is they form like an insoluble shell and above the feces, and they are eliminated from by the feces, the process of feces. And coming to the presentation objectives, the objectives of this presentation are the market and the preclinical discussion, and the early clinical development and the late clinical development. Next, the regulatory strategy. Next comes the intellectual property strategy and the marketing strategy, then the sales strategy and the managed markets. And finally, if there are any remarks or if we want to give any conclusions, then we can do that. Coming to the market, let's see the medical unmet need of the glucotrol, and as given by the International Diabetes Federation, that is which is purely gives the detail or the database of the diabetes, and this gave a database that is, it's a growing problem nowadays. That is, it is a very significant, and many people, more number of people every day are dying because of this diabetes, which is a growing problem nowadays, and which the only class of drugs which are referred as insulin sensitizers are used to root cause of type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance type 2, which is like non-insulin dependent diabetes, which is very dangerous nowadays, because of that many other complications are also occurring, so we have to treat it as soon as possible. A good drug should be discovered. Then for this improving of insulin sensitivity, we have to discover more drugs such that this problem can be overcome. Okay, those are that. And here comes a graph which gives us the database of the visitors of different diseases to the physicians, and we can see the appendicitis, cholelithiasis, chest pain, upper respiratory. And coming to the diabetes mellitus, it is like its number is like 800 to 900 patients visit every day due to the diabetes mellitus disease, and see how more it is. And coming to the market analysis, globally, as the database says, 366 million people may also be affected in the future, and they are estimating it to be 552 million in 2030. Can you just believe it? 552 million is a very large number, and we have to decrease it at any cost. There is now a situation is like that. We have to decrease the number. If not, many people will die due to the diabetes mellitus. And an IDF even estimates that 183 million people with diabetes are undiagnosed. And coming to the elderly people, when in case of elderly people, it is very difficult for them to diagnose the diabetes. And hence many are undiagnosed. Many are dying because they are undiagnosed by this disease, and that is really a great problem nowadays. And 25.8 million children and adults in the United States, 8.3% of the population have diabetes. Can you believe that? 7 million are undiagnosed in this. Oh. Then an additional 79 million people in US are with pre-diabetes, and it will be very good a sign if these people can be treated before before the diabetes is growing in them. Like they are suffering more and more from diabetes, and I really hope that they would get a good medication and be treated as early as possible. Then coming to the market opportunity, the US cost of diabetes have been calculated as 132 billion in 2012, and this disease have taken front and earlier stages, both the industry and public at a large sector. Then oral diabetes drugs generated more than 8.2 billion US dollars in sales in 2001. Then new drugs to be added during the few years will yield both a broadening of therapeutic options as well as an overall expansion of the diabetes market. Okay, then coming to an example like writing exenatide. Exenatide is the final stages of FDA review for approval and represents the leading edge of a group exploiting non-anti-diabetic mechanisms and model of delivery. And DPP4 inhibitors along with PPAR gamma or alpha dual agonist could offer an attractive advantage over GLP-1 analogs because they're orally administered, and mostly now they are preferring oral administration because that is easy for anyone to take it. And even medication, even the doctors are prescribing orally because that is an easy medication for anyone, any type of persons of any age can take them. And the market opportunity is like many drugs are coming out now, and I think as researchers even are improving nowadays all over the world, many drugs will be discovered and mechanisms of them will be modified, and the efficacy and safety would be improved such that good and safe drugs would come which treat diabetes completely. Not only diabetes, all the now current diseases could be cured. Then coming to the benchmarking analysis. What is like benchmarking is the comparison of one's organization practices and performance to others. Like we would see how we are and how others are, and if we are not reaching their level, then how can we do that? How can we improve out? Like it's a quality improvement tool. Okay, so like what you're doing, like you see what you're doing, we are inventing, like discovering a drug this mechanism, and we are saying this, but it should go on phase 1 clinical trial, first preclinical, phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Then again regulatory should approve it, and there are many processes, and we can't say that our drug will be approved finally and patent will be given. So we should ensure each and everything properly, such that we will not miss anything, and our drug will be surely approved. Like, see what you are doing, how you are doing it, how others do it. You just compare yours and others. If you think you are not up to the level, then improve it. Just think, how could we ensure that we would cross, even come to their level. Just think and improve your ideas. So, and how well you are doing it in reference to measures. Just compare. Then what and how to improve after you measure, comparison, after your comparison and all the data is given up, then you will know what to improve and how to improve. So do according to that. And this is the benchmark analysis, children. And let's coming to the competitive landscape of this drug. Particularly, type 2 diabetes is comprising of 90% of all diabetes cases in both United States and Europe, and it's close to 100% in Asia. Oh my god, this is really a worst case of disease. Okay, in particular, the insulin resistance is closely linked to obesity also, because all the not only obesity, all the diseases like heart problems and other BP, blood pressure, and other and some other diseases will be automatically developed due to diabetes, because this is the main cause of all the diseases, and the resistance power will also be lower due to this, and that's why this should be treated and immediately checked if any symptoms are seen in the patients. Then the numerous pathologies, atherosclerosis, coronary heart disease, kidney failure, polycystic ovarian syndrome. As I have said, these all the diseases, the main reason is the diabetes. And some other, now as we are talking of the competitive landscape, now in the market presently the oral therapies are more prominently occurring, like the metformin. It is the biguanide of class biguanide, and it is the only marketed therapy that directly combats diabetes by reducing the production of glucose by the liver. Okay, then coming to the combination therapy, which is a standard one. As we know, the combinations are continued from many years, and then the now emerging therapies like the new glucagon like peptide, like GLP-1 analogs, because these agents could help fill several holes in current type 2 diabetes management. These are the emerging therapies nowadays, such that the diabetes can be cured very much efficiently than previous one. Next, coming to the burden of the disease, like how much it is affecting both the population, the patient, and the economy of the government and the country. All these can be discussed in the burden of the disease. This diabetes drives stunning medical costs. As I've said, that globally, diabetes is estimated to have cost at least $465 billion in healthcare expenditures in 2001, and 11% of the total healthcare expenditures in adults, only in adults, like in between the age of 20 to 79 years, the 11% of the total healthcare expenditures are going of the country are going with that. The US national economic burden of pre-diabetes and diabetes reached $218 billion as of 2007. And this estimates includes $153 billion in higher medical costs and $65 billion in reduced productivity. See how much burden it is causing to the country's economy. And the extended toll of diabetes, as I've said, that is it can include the blindness, kidney failure, amputation, heart disease, and increased risk of various cancers, dementia, hearing loss, osteoporosis. Not only these, and many other causes are also there only due to this disease, dangerous one.